Hey Libra, this is Wishko the Ferret. Welcome to the Ferret Den, where we're keeping things warm, we're keeping things cozy, and today I have a reading for you for the week of March 6th to March 12th. So, the only things to note about this is that there's a full moon in Virgo on March 7th, so go ahead and watch the appropriate astrological forecasts for that on other channels. I don't quite do those types of horoscopes yet here. But let me see if there's anything else to mention before I dive right in. Patreon. I am working on a Patreon and it's not launched yet, but go ahead and like and subscribe if this is your vibe. That way you can get updates onto how that's going. I am hoping to launch it a month from now in April. So if you want to support my channel and you like what I do, help support me in being a content creator if you so feel called. So, anyway. If you are Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this message could be for you. As always, drop into your heart space. Let the dust physically, spiritually, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. And with that being said, I'm going to lead us in a brief meditation / prayer so we can connect with our guides and our angels. You call in whatever works for you, whether it's Source, God, angels, spirit team, animal guides, what have you. So thank you, angels, and thank you, spirit team, for coming forward into our space. Thank you, angels. Thank you for offering your guidance. Thank you, spirit team, for showing me clearly the way. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for shrouding us in love, light, and protection and connecting us to the truth, source, truth, the highest love, the highest light, and helping me deliver that guidance in an empowering and gentle way, and in a way that the audience can understand. What do we have for Libra this week? Libra already. Hang on, I want to talk, and they're like, not yet. So I'll wait till I get the oracle cards. Let's get all the pieces here. Okay, that was a little dramatic. We can calm down. I'm not going to take those. So, life easier. Thank you. Libra, you have a lot of magic inside you that's like bubbling to come out right now. There's, your spiritual guidance for this time, everything is rough right now. And that is in terms of a choice that you have to make. So it could be a choice. It could be just tension between two different things, or there's like multiple things. Right now, there's Two of Swords, which leads me to believe that there is some kind of choice to be made. And the thing with the Two of Swords is that you need to use your intuition to guide you. And I'm not just saying that because, I mean, you have like different cards that tell you to tune into your intuition. But we'll get to that in a second. So you have the Two of Swords, and oftentimes when I get Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups together, that means that you're walking away from something, or that you will ultimately, this choice, it requires you walking away from something, which is difficult to do. I feel like, I'm not going to lie to you, this sounds like you already know the choice to make and you have plans to commit to this choice. The only thing is that you're dragging your feet and you're not putting forth the action to make the choice. You can make the choice in your mind, but if you're not actively doing the energy work required to get into the space of making that choice, then it's not going to work. There's something that you need to, with the Eight of Cups, there is something that you need to walk away from. You need to walk away from it fully. maybe you're not in a space where you can do that yet, but I'm getting this energy of that, like, if you can't make that decision yet, or if you're not in a space to make that choice, Spirit is asking you to commit to that in your mind and to not waver. You have, and the reason why I say don't waver, you have the Devil card here. And the Devil card in this context of your reading means that I'm really feeling like some of you are kind of stuck going back and forth. I'm hearing you need to liberate yourself from this. You need to liberate yourself. And you know that you have to, but it's almost like, okay, well, I'm just going to use this as an example. So let's say that you are in a job and you know that, okay, well, I'm going to make the choice. I have to leave this job in like a few months or so, or I have to leave this job at a set time. Okay. Then like you're kind of going through the job and you're like, okay, well, but maybe I want to stay, or maybe I want to do blah, 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 blah. And you're finding all of these reasons to not make the change. And what Spirit is saying is that you need to commit to it in your mind. Does that make sense? So you need to stay with that commitment because there are tricks of the mind playing here. I do feel like this is also an energy, like it just feels like stagnation, but I feel like if this is a choice, like for some of you, this is a choice that you have to make incremental changes for. It's not a choice of whether to walk, like send this thing away or do this or that. Some of it does require gradual change. So it takes, I don't know, it takes a lot of effort. And I feel like Spirit just said that you're going to, it's like a hard-earned victory that you're coming into with that. So long as you keep making those incremental changes to whatever it is that you're doing or whatever choice that you're making, just make sure you're taking the mental and physical actions to get there and that you're not wavering. That's just, that commitment is very important. That's coming from Spirit. Strength and the Six of Wands here, I mean, says it all. So strength being you need to commit and stick to it. Also having strength in it because, let me see, I feel like there's like a specific thing that they want to say. So let me see if I can hear anything. Let me see if I can hear something coming through with that. Okay, so I feel like there are some issues of the past. Like this is something that you've experienced before and you've kind of fallen into some kind of trap with, is what they're saying. So it's almost like you've been in a similar situation where I don't know, you meant to make a decision and then you either dragged your feet on it or you didn't actually do it. Then again, it's not even like it's like a sudden, sometimes like for some of you, this is a sudden decision, like a choosing to walk away. And for others, this is not a sudden decision, but there's something here that's asking for your commitment and like not wavering from that. And I feel like you're in a much better space to do that now than you were in the past because you've faced this situation many different times, but in different forms in the past. And now it's coming back. And some of you, oh no, some of you, okay, there's like a fraction of you, Spirit was like, it's the same thing. So sorry. For some of you, it's the same thing. So you'll know, like the ones who are listening that like resonate with this particular, because it's only for like a small percentage of you where it's exactly the same. I feel like this is coming forward as something very clear, something that you're noticing, a pattern that you're noticing within yourself, and something you just want to break free from. And I feel like you want to go with the flow and to stand strong in your choices. And I think that you're on your way. I mean, the Six of Wands tells me that you're on your way, that you're ready to take charge and that you're ready to move forward with that. That you're ready to, like, as Spirit said, you are, like, going to be rewarded for this, Libra. So let me dive into your oracle cards right now. So, and again, this is kind of what I was saying before, but with Pig Spirit, use your mind wisely. So make sure that if it's a decision that you can't make right away or it's something that you can't physically put into action now, make sure you are taking small steps. Like, I'm just going to use this example again. If you want to get out of a job, start making the efforts to move on. Start making the efforts to find another one or get into whatever it is that you want to do. If you are working on, I feel like for some of you, it is a transitionary stage. For others of you, this is related to, I just heard someone say castles, and I don't understand why castles came up. That might be confirmation for some of you, but I'm not sure why. I don't know. Somebody said something about castles. It's like, okay. for some of you too, and I mean, this doesn't have to be something as big as a job. This could be something related to the body, actually, or something to the self or your identity of the self. So like when I rolled the Astro dice, because I feel like there's something here that I'm not quite grasping for a lot of you. And it's so interesting because you are like the fourth or fifth sign, I swear. You're the fourth or fifth sign. When I roll the Astro dice, I get the first house. And because we're entering a full moon in Virgo, it is all about coming back to our energy and trying to become self-aware of where we're putting our energy, where we're giving it, where we're taking it, and kind of understanding our energetic place in the greater consciousness. But it is time to look at things practically. It is time to look at things logically and to use your mind wisely. Other signs got this too. Using your mind wisely is going to be exceptionally key here, because I feel like there are other emotions that can get in the way, or that it's a time to step into that practical space so we can kind of look at the details and go, okay, well, now I feel like, I mean, Virgo's very good at picking up the details, but I feel like in this particular situation, the energy that I feel like is coming through is that it's almost like you need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture here and be like, you can analyze and hash through the details all day long, and you can put them in a list and see but sometimes it's not just, listing all of the pros and all of the cons of a decision and being like, oh, I have so many more pros than cons, but how much do those pros actually mean to you versus the weight of the cons? That's the thing. It's all on a scale. So not to freak out my favorite list makers out there. I mean, I'm a list maker too. So anybody who loves to make lists, I'm sorry to burst the bubble like that, but sometimes pros and cons just don't cut it. But sometimes actively doing that strategy, actively performing that strategy does help you discern what you actually want, because then you can look at each individual thing that's weighing in your mind, all of the different things floating around about the decision, and be like, okay, this weighs better with me. This doesn't. It lets you take a look at it. It's like some of you make slideshows. I just heard someone say a slideshow. Make a slideshow of it. So that way you can present to yourself, if you actively, this is going to say, I don't know why I'm going into this, but I'm going to share it with y'all now because it's coming through. If you make this a creative endeavor and you want to go into a pros and cons thing, or if you want to go into a slideshow, there's something here about stepping, it's going to help you step into the energy of transition or step into the energy of walking away from this thing. So making a slideshow, and then even if you're recording it, and then or you're noticing, you try to become aware of the things that you're focusing on if you're struggling to make a decision. It's just a good exercise to see what you value and to see where your energy wants to go. Because sometimes the ego or different blocks, especially with the Devil card, the different blocks that are present right now, it kind of stops our inspiration from wanting to go there. But at least if we can identify where our inspirations are going and the types of values, why do I feel more compelled to make this choice than that one, then we can capitalize on those inspirations to help push us forward and help kind of shoo the ego out a little bit. I mean, the ego can be good. Because it helps keep us safe. It helps us make decisions for ourselves. I mean, we need that in this world. But sometimes things weigh heavily in our energy, in our ego, and we get stuck in old ways of thinking that really do hold us back. So I feel like you're moving away from that. But you have the strength to do this. I literally just saw in my mind somebody with, it's not like a boxing glove, but I mean, it's a really big fist. And they just pounded through a brick wall. And that obstacle was nothing to this person. They went, boom, and it just shattered everywhere. And I was like, whoa, that was a little intense. But I mean, that's the kind of power that you're operating on. So this kind of decision, you got it, you make it. You have the turtle spirit too. Oh my God, wait a minute. I just realized you have the panther spirit. Reclaim your power. Exactly. That is exactly the image that came to mind of you being powerful. You don't have to be physically strong to do it. You're just boom. You're shattering your obstacles just like that, and you're going to make it out on the other side. You have a turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race, so this does feel like a slow transition. It does feel like that you're going to need to, I just heard you need to excuse yourself. So you need to give, not give yourself excuses, but you need to just understand that you're not perfect and that this is going to take some time. You really need to step into that space of understanding with yourself, because this is a very hard transition to make. You don't have to wake up tomorrow and embrace embrace Hulk-like energy and be like, I'm going to do this and nothing's going to get in my way. It doesn't work like that. It's going to take work. And to do that work, Swan Spirit is here to help you. And it says, time for a deep dive. So coming in, and reflecting upon yourself and really, the image that's coming to mind is a swan floating in the water. The swan is very good. First of all, it's a very intuitive animal. The swans are known for their intuition. And when they look into the water, they see themselves reflected back at them. So they see the side of themselves that sometimes wants to rear its ugly head, and they see the side of themselves that they don't show to the world. They kind of reflect the subconscious. And the swan is very good at directing. I don't know why this is coming to me, but the swan is here directing your heart and your willpower. There's something here about the heart and your willpower that's coming together that the swan spirit is helping channel you forward. And then once you really learn to connect with that energy and embrace that energy and understand yourself more, this is really just taking the deep dive into your subconscious and picking apart your values, recognizing your fears, because there are things that you want to intuit into your life that are being blocked right now. But you got this. I mean, you really just got it under control. So yeah, helping, the swan spirit is helping you connect the heart with the intuition and helping channel that into willpower. Okay. So having the willpower to make the right decision and to push things away that need to be pushed away. And also, what's in your energy of what's going to make life easier for you right now? You have the white raven spirit. Trust in the magic. You really just have to trust the process on this one. And I know it's not easy, and I know sometimes it's the most difficult thing in the world. But this is a huge trust in yourself. I just heard magic is helping. So you need to understand that spirits are working like crazy on the other side on your behalf. They are flying. There's so much going on up there, you have no clue. When I'm a spirit medium, so I do sense energies on the other side, and I'm just going to share this real quick. If you haven't heard this story already, but I know a few years ago when I was meant to deliver a message to someone, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out. I didn't want to, and it was a very special one, but I needed to, all of a sudden, I was just so connected with everything. It's I asked for all of this assistance, and I was I was panicking, but all of a sudden I was just extremely calm. I was aware of every single thing around me. I was aware of what was happening down the street. I was aware of what was happening on the other side. I was aware that certain things would happen before I would step out into the street or hop on the bus or going to this person. I was aware of everything seconds before it happened, and I had absolute trust that things were happening. And sometimes I would think things, it was just a magical, it was the most in tune hour or two that I have ever experienced with spirit, because I was aware of the kinds of, how they were moving my physical world around me and how they were helping arrange things into my path that helped me get the job done. And that's understanding that it's more subtle than you know, and that maybe sometime in your life you will have a moment like that where you'll be aware. And I mean, okay, so Spirit's telling me it's more of a cautious tale than anything. So I get that, because there's a whole lot to that story. But essentially, you, and I think what Spirit means is that be careful in saying that, because what they want you to do is to trust in the magic and the mystery of it all. You don't have to understand it to believe that it's happening, and just putting more of your energy into that magic, that trusting yourself and trusting the divine to help you achieve what you need to achieve, that's going to put you in really good shape this week. Okay, and last but not least, Libra, I'm going to be rolling some angel dice for you to see what else is. Okay, hang on. Before I do, you have something unexpected occurring, by the way. I don't know what this unexpected thing is. It is in relation to the full moon in Virgo. So when I roll the astro dice, I have Uranus, I have Virgo, and I have the first house. So it is something as a reflection to the self. Expect a full moon to, the full moon time or around that time period, to be very important to you, because something unexpected is happening. Someone will be joining forces, some type of joining involved. I don't know what that means. It feels like I'm hearing that there's something about a negative consequence here. So I don't know if that's coming or if that's, I'm not trying to anticipate something dreadful happening, but something is going to help you with this decision. It's going to, like, something is going to occur that is going to kind of wake you up and get you back on track. Because if you start wavering in your decision and you're not putting all the energy to where you want it to go, then the universe is going to remind you again. And consider that a blessing, even if it's kind of annoying to deal with. Consider that a blessing. Like, thank you, Spirit, for reminding me where I need to go or how I need to go about this. Okay, so, and also just, it's just interesting because, I mean, again, Virgo with the Virgo full moon, Virgo is coming into a space of the mind and getting into something analyzing. So that is also a time where there will be some reflections as well. Like, it's an opportunity, it's a sudden opportunity to go within and sort through this stuff out, you know, or sort this stuff out is what I was trying to say. So angel dice, let me have them. 7, 2, 4. This is a time for you to honor and be honored. Know that when angels look at you, they see a spark of greatness and love. Oh, let me read that one more time. This is a time for you to honor and be honored. Know that when angels look at you, they see a spark of greatness and love. And don't you doubt it. Okay, Libra, so thank you so much for, what? So that message is accumulating energy. You'll start to, like, whatever that angel message that I just gave, they're saying that it's going to start, you're going to start seeing that. It's going to start feeling more real to you because the angels are sending you that love and they're helping you see yourself from their eyes, is what they wanted to say about that. So anyway, Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. If this resonated with you in any way, go ahead and like and subscribe down below so you can keep up to date with me, keep up to date with my Patreon, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Best of luck this week. Bye.